one, and then the certificates and perjury story is a different one, which came out this week. Now, that story is based on the deposition, the INEC EC9 deposition, the declaration that Bola Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Bear in mind that this is a sworn statement. It's an affidavit. So basically, if you lie on this statement, you are committing perjury, which is a criminal offense. Now, on this statement, the date of birth that he gave, the university degree certificate that he submitted, the nationality or the lack of nationality that he claimed, all these have been proven to be false. How have they proven to be false? So, a lawyer who is currently in court with Tinubu, he filed a criminal complaint against Tinubu by the name of Mike Enahoro Eba. If you remember at the outset when I said that INEC didn't want to release Tinubu's EC9 form, and this lawyer went to court with INEC, and INEC was then compelled to release this form. After getting hold of this form and seeing what was written on it, this lawyer then contacted his colleagues in Chicago, a law firm called Leahy, Eisenberg, and Franco, and briefed them, retained them to basically do an investigation on these records as stated on the form. So this law firm sent out subpoenas to Deloitte LLP, which is a consulting company that Tinubu claims to have worked for, sent out a subpoena to Chicago State University, which Tinubu claims to have graduated from, and to Richard Daley College, also in Chicago, where Tinubu claims to have gone. And I think also to Anderson Tax, because Tinubu has also claimed to have worked at Arthur Anderson previously, before it went defunct. And for the benefit of those viewing who don't know what a subpoena is basically a court document. It's a legal document which is issued under the authority of a court, and it compels the recipient of this document to release all information regarding to whatever topic or individual or subject is written on the subpoena. So the subpoena that went to Deloitte, the subpoena went out on September 16. The response came back September 22, and the response simply said, we don't know this guy. We don't have any records for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, no employment records for him. He has never worked for us. The subpoena that went to Anderson Tax, we didn't get a response, at least not yet. The subpoena that went to Chicago State University, we got a voluminous response. Basically, all their records, everything that had to do with the person they had on file called Bola A. Tinubu. And this was where it got very interesting, because there is prima facie evidence from the records that they submitted showing that the person they admitted called Bola A. Tinubu is not the person that we know of today as Bola Ahmed Tinubu. First of all,
people have names, similar names, probably.
Yes, in fact, apart from
No, Adam, I'm just trying to talk to David. What about that? Maybe somebody has the same name.
We have to get through the case details. So, on the admissions documents, the transcript results from Richard J. Daley College, which was then known as Southwest College. The person known as Bola A. Tinubu, who applied for admission to Chicago State University, was female. It's written very clearly there, sex F. So that's one thing. Secondly, the date of birth of this person was 1952. Tinubu's stated date of birth, according to his INEC EC9 form, was 1954. So different dates of birth, different genders. And then possibly the biggest smoking gun of all, the actual degree certificates which Tinubu submitted to INEC versus the degree certificates which Chicago State University sent in response to the subpoena are two completely different documents. So the degree certificate subpoena from Chicago, bear in mind that this is a certificate which is a direct and exact reproduction of the original degree certificate that was issued to Bola A. Tinubu, right? It's an exact reprint of the certificate that was initially issued. So any certificate purporting to be that certificate should look the exact same as that certificate. But what do we see? The certificate, yeah. So the certificate submitted to INEC, first of all, the logo of the university on that certificate is different to that which Chicago State University sent in response to the subpoena. Different logos. The signatures are different. They're by different people. there are different fields on the form. There are different data points on the form. The font on the form, 2 completely different font systems. The wording of the degree certificates are different. On the supposed degree certificate submitted to INEC, there are 2 grammatical errors. And then
so what is INEC saying about this? What is INEC saying about this?
Hang on. Just hang on. I haven't finished. And then the dates on both certificates are different. So on the one on the one from Chicago State University, it says that this degree is awarded on the 27th of June 1979. On the one sent to INEC, it says this degree is awarded on the 22nd of June 1979. So clearly, the one submitted to INEC is a forgery. It's not the certificate that was awarded to Bola A. Tinubu. Now, what makes it worse when you drill down further? I don't know how long you spent reading the story. When you do a little, just a very small online search, like you literally just search fake Chicago State University certificate on Google. Very basic. This is not an investigation. 1 inch deep kind of research. You come across a repository on a website called Pinterest. I'm sure you know what Pinterest is. And you find a picture repository belonging to a platform called diplomamakers.com. And in that repository, you see a template fake certificate for Chicago State University that is an exact replica of that which Tinubu submitted to INEC. The same font, the same grammatical errors in the wording, the same layout, same everything. It's just instead of insert name here, which you will see on the template, you will see Bola A. Tinubu on the one submitted to INEC. And that. So clearly, Bola Tinubu or somebody working for Bola Tinubu went and used a service called diplomamakers.com, which makes fake degree certificates, printed out a fake degree certificate purported to be from Chicago State University for reasons best known to him, and sent this into INEC. Now you asked, what is INEC doing about this? First of all, it's in court because obviously criminal activity has taken place. Perjury, forgery, these are crimes in Nigeria. So there's that. Secondly, INEC on its own does not have power to do anything. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Now, under the electoral law, the only people who can go to court to try to get Tinubu disqualified as it stands now are fellow contestants. So either a contestant from another party or somebody who contested the APC presidential primaries with him. So an ordinary citizen cannot go to court to compel INEC to disqualify him. INEC on its own apparently does not have the power to verify certificates or to disqualify candidates. Only the courts.
Does Keyamo think that he has a monopoly of petition? Does he think that he's the only one that has access to DSS, to petition DSS? We were all here in Nigeria when, before the election, he petitioned the DSS to arrest Atiku. Now he's writing petition to the same DSS to arrest Peter Obi and arrest Yusuf Dati. On what grounds does he think that he has a right to petition? I watched the interview on Channels News and I just cringed within me because everything he said were bordering on the lines of libel and defamation of character against Peter Obi, against Yusuf Dati. He was making statements that were basically defamatory and untrue, and this must not be allowed to go unpunished. It is time for Festus Keyamo to feel the pinch of petition. The DSS must now also be petitioned by Peter Obi, must now also be petitioned by Yusuf Dati, by Labour Party to take appropriate action against Festus Keyamo. Festus Keyamo does not have the monopoly of petitioning the DSS, particularly when he's doing so by breaking the law. He's making claims and alleging that Peter Obi and Labour Party are trying to incite Nigerians. Reckless claims that borders on the line of defamation of character, and is calling for DSS to arrest Peter Obi. Yeah, he who alleges must prove. He must not be allowed to get away with this. These statements he is making are the statements that have the potential to incite Nigerians against Nigerians, to divide Nigerians. These statements he is making are capable of setting Nigeria on fire. Peter Obi has gone to court. Festus Keyamo, why not let the court take its toll? Where were you when MC Oluomo and all the rest of the thugs in Lagos were busy threatening Lagosians? Where were you? Did you petition the DSS then? Where were you when the Bales and the traditional rulers of Lagos thought it wise that it was on the eve of election that they were going to conduct Oru to disenfranchise people? Did you think it wise then, Festus Keyamo, to petition the DSS to arrest them? Where were you when people were being stabbed? 22 people have officially been declared killed as a result of the election. Did you petition the DSS to bring to book those who caused those deaths? Did you petition the DSS to arrest those thugs that were seen blatantly on video walking the streets of Lagos, marauding, threatening people not to come out except they were going to vote for APC? Did you petition the DSS? Where were you when Femi Fani-Kayode, Bayo Ononuga and the likes and even yourself were making inciting statements? Where were you when the APC fraudulently made comments through their proxies on Twitter to say that Lagos is a no man's land, pretending to be an Igbo person saying it just to cause strife, and this almost caused war between the Yoruba and Igbos in Lagos? Where were you? Did you petition the DSS? Don't think that you have a monopoly of petitioning DSS. What you have done is cross the line. What you have done is defamatory. What you have done is libelous. Now you must feel the wrath of the law. Now Peter Obi must petition the DSS. Now Yusuf Dati must petition the DSS. You must answer for your actions. What you have done is defamatory. You must answer for it because you do not have a monopoly of petitions. That we are keeping quiet does not mean you can bully us. After voter suppression, you want to now do victim shaming? No, this Nigeria belongs to all of us, and you cannot suppress us in it. You will answer for your actions. Festus Keyamo. This is the time for the NBA to come out and speak in defense of the legal profession. The NBA cannot be seen to be keeping quiet when people like Festus Keyamo drag the name of the legal profession in the mud, coming to lie on national television just to defend a crime that was committed in America. And the NBA is quiet, and a senior advocate of Nigeria is coming out to make this kind of inciting statement. The NBA cannot keep quiet. Yes, petition will go on to the DSS against Festus Keyamo, but the NBA owes Nigeria this duty to call Festus Keyamo to order, to retrieve his SAN title, and even to debar him. The NBA must do Nigeria this duty, and the time is now.